Here we go.
Sorry.
Hey,
Farm Companion.
Farm Companion. back in the studio this week.
Yeah, man.
Dude, I feel like I've been Cody DeQuisto living on the road here.
Have you?
Yeah, I've only been home, like at my house, for like 3 days in the last 2.5 weeks.
Whoa, where you been?
With you in Illinois, Kentucky.
It's 3 days. Well, you
multiple
went to
Kentuckys. Kentucky.
Multiple Kentuckys.
Yeah, Kentucky on the front end, came back, then we went to Illinois, and then I went back to Kentucky after Illinois.
Why? Why were you on the front and the back end?
Parents were there the front part, and then I met the fam down there after our Illinois trip.
Okay.
And then home for yesterday. Well, yeah, yesterday and today, and then tomorrow going up to your farm.
And then we'll get back to the road show. Yeah.
Be back on Sunday. So yeah,
for sure. Well, and you know we're not that far on the other side of the out west trip there that we did too. So that was on the front of it.
August is just flying by at this point.
Yeah, it was fun. It's fun to see some of that Mountain Tough stuff coming out, the workouts that we did, and the challenge there. That's on the Mountain Tough YouTube. You guys can go check that out.
Yeah, they just published that this today.
It's just a 2-minute video of a hour workout. There's an archery challenge that we did there and stuff. So it was fun. We enjoyed it. If you have some friends that you want to do that with, that'd be cool.
Be a cool challenge to do.
Here, I want to show this too. This is a Euro mount. I think they call it the RHE that Rack Hub just released here. This is the whitetail sized model.
Yep.
But they have an XL also for elk.
Which is what you put up at your house.
At my house. I had an old, I don't know what they call them, skull something. And it was basically this like tool, this mechanism that went into the back of the skull and had a loop on it, and then it would catch. So the problem is it's set flush on the wall, so the teeth were up against it, and
that's your contact point.
Yeah, there's no maneuverability. Not like I'm going to be moving it, but it just sets flush on the wall, and it is what it is. That I'm not just like selling it. That thing does look a lot better. So the Rack Hub mount that I have it on now, I just took the 2 screws out. I already had them in studs. Put those in, locked it up with the Allen where I wanted it, and it looks really sharp.
Yeah, and now you can actually
I could move it if I wanted it, and it's sticking out from the wall a little bit. It looks a lot better.
Cool.
Yeah, so we'll definitely be using some of these for the whitetail. In fact, we're this guy here where I tore that out of the wall with my butt there.
He's been living there.
We'll put a Euro mount there, but you can use as always, you can use our HUNTR promo code for a discount on these on their website too. So
cool.
Check them out.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, dude, I couldn't tell you the number of Euro mounts we've gone through over the years, and it's just like none of them have been good. It's just constantly like looking for like a better situation. Yeah.
I know. Well, I've been after them for a long time to be like, dude.
Yeah, that's a big one.
You need a mount for some way to mount the Euro mount, I guess. But I don't think I currently have any Euros mounted like on the wall. They're just kind of sitting around. We have 2 sitting up there. I have them sitting like one of the pedestal for my North Dakota buck is I put my hats around it, and I have floppies Euro sitting on that. But they are cool. It'd be nice to display them, and the more we do, it's like you need places to put them. So
well, especially if we have some ability to move them, right? Because like all of those other ones just flat pointed down on the wall. So if you can angle them and do some things with them, that's going to make a difference.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Well, August 7th today.
It is ripping, isn't it? It's kind of wild. It's been a good summer.
Flying, man.
It's been a good summer,
Next
I would
week's
say.
mid-August. Yeah.
Except for this drought that we're kind of in now. That sucks, but
I haven't picked my bow up since that West trip. Mainly because I haven't been home. It's just been sitting in my basement.
Yeah, I've shot 2 or 3 times probably.
Yeah, I haven't picked my bow up from that, and I got new limbs for my recurve. Haven't put them on yet either. So yeah, I'm after the road show this weekend. Then I've got a better stretch of 2 weeks or so where I don't have anything like big on the docket.
Right.
So
in terms of travel mainly.
So that'll give me time to catch up, and my honey-do list is long at home too. So
is it?
Oh yeah.
What are you working on?
I've got a little leak in the pond, so I gotta fix that. That plus
what do you mean?
No rain.
Leak in the pond.
Yeah, I got a leak in the pipe, the
How do you
overflow
know?
pipe.
You can see it.
Yeah.
You call Johnny?
It's concreted in at this point, so it might be past Johnny's skill levels.
Really?
Yeah. So
What do you mean concreted in? Where's it leaking at?
So there's like a long tube that shoots out the bottom of the dam, and then that comes up to like 10 feet, 11 feet to keep the water level.
Yeah.
And
your overflow.
Yep. At the elbow it's like shifted off, and so there's water coming through the clay into like seeping through down into that. And so then it's leaking into
What are you thinking? Flex seal.
I tried.
You did.
It's too much.
Did you go all the way? You went down in the tube?
No, that's like a death sentence because that shit collapses on you. You're in trouble. I don't think you want to be down in that tube. Yeah, it's like a 24-inch tube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you fit in it?
It'd be tight.
We come lower you down by your feet?
Yeah, I don't think that's the way you wanna fix it. So I tried to do like a polymer on the outside to try to like if it's seeping through to hit that pipe to seal it on the outside, and that did slow it down. But we also we've had like a 1/4 inch of rain in the last 2+ weeks, and like we're due for nothing in the next 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So that there's just an evaporation that happens on that pond too.
Sure.
So yeah,
how severe is the leak?
Not like I mean it's like it's there's water going out of the pond and not coming into the pond, but it's enough that
but
you're probably losing I don't know 1/4 inch a day.
How many gallons a day do you think are coming through it? Probably more than you think.
10 plus.
10 gallons.
Yeah, 10 to 20.
It's a good guess. Good conservative guess.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like, I
think you seal it from the inside. That's my thought.
That's
what you got kids for.
It's in a tight spot there.
Send Harlan down there.
Yeah, I thought about
We'll
it.
tie him up by his feet.
It's down there. That's like, it's like a 12-foot drop down in there.
Get him.
It's like Timmy fell down the well.
Yeah. 10 foot. That's doable. 10 foot's doable. Get him a can of paint.
If it was on the outside, it'd be much more reasonable to deal with. Did I delete that already?
What's that? What are you looking for?
Oh, not here. So that's what's coming out of the pipe.
Okay.
Like a trickle.
From the overflow. Oh no, that's what's coming through. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's a decent amount. I bet that's more than 10 gallons.
Mm-hmm.
In 24 hours? I bet you're losing. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
a number, but more than 10 gallons, I bet you.
Mm-hmm.
That'll fill your water bottle in 30 seconds.
Probably.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's a leak, dude.
It's a leak. So yeah, we've got a leak. That's been and it. I mean, it probably has been doing it the whole time, but when it's wet and the spring is feeding it, like, not an issue. Like,
right,
water level's fine. So basically, since through June, even like not really noticeable, and then water started to shut off right after the 4th of July.
Yeah. Now that it's below the overflow line, you can see that's solely coming from your leak.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because I mean, I'm 2 feet below the overflow.
It's exposed at the bottom.
What's that?
Like where that joint is at, where you think it's coming in, is that exposed or is it buried in mud?
In concrete.
In concrete.
He dug it out and concreted it.
Okay.
Because it was leaking before.
Okay.
Then we dug it out and we concreted it. It's still leaking.
So you can't access the even if you drained it, you wouldn't be able to access where that's at. So you got to fix it from the inside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's an expandable liner is really what's probably going to be the way to do it. Is you put a liner through there and it expands and from the inside.
I don't know.
I don't think you're going to, I don't know, because there's water constantly coming through it, how you're going to seal it from the inside.
You ever see those commercials?
Oh, yeah.
They got a freaking boat, dude.
That doesn't work.
Oh, come on.
Dude,
Billy's not lying.
I bought a can. Billy's dead.
He took it to his grave then.
Yeah. I bought
you called a dead man a liar?
Like a 1 gallon, basically, it wasn't Flex Seal, but like Flex Seal, like rubber paint type thing. And I had this like giant extended brush down there, and I would just like lather it, just slop it.
You did that, or you're thinking
I did that. No bueno.
What was it?
What do you mean?
Flex Seal that's not Flex Seal?
Yeah, it's just a rubber paint. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure there's something. What about the tape? You ever see a commercial with the tape?
I have the tape.
They line the tape?
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to get down in there to put it on. Mm-hmm. I think you're going in. I think that's the only way. It's not going to collapse on you.
No. Well, no. I don't know.
I'll go in. What are you paying?
It's I don't think you could fit in there.
Maybe not.
Mm-mm.
My vote's for Harlan.
But then you're relying on him to do it.
I know. That's the.
Yeah. Yeah. Once you go for it, you gotta do it right. So yeah, I don't know. So I got that on my docket.
That's fun.
At some point.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I haven't touched my food plot here either. I gotta do that at some point, but we haven't had rain, so I'm not missing anything.
Yeah, we got any coming here?
Maybe Wednesday.
Are you just gonna
just put brassica
spray
seed in it?
Spray and pray.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna just just broadcast seed and nuke it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna collect it though because I've got really good clover in there, so I'll keep the clover at least because at this point I'm worried that the way we're droughting here that brassicas aren't gonna work.
Is it just grass?
Yeah, and clover. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, so just not many broadleaves.
Nah, that's the one I weed whacked. It's like an acre I weed whacked, so it's cut.
Cool.
So you gotta spray those out and put brassica in. But yeah, I'm we'll get more rain here at some point. But we hit a droughty streak now into early September, and you grow brassicas, those deer are just gonna maul them like they've done every other year.
It happens every year. I don't know why I got overconfident too, and I'm like, well, I'll just put it. Granted, it wasn't that much later. I put them in the third week, and I normally shoot for the 15th. I probably got them in by the 21st to the 24th, somewhere in there. But I drilled them too. I normally broadcast them.
That rain shut off like right away.
I got rain on them,
yeah,
for sure. But what I don't know is exactly how deep the drill put that seed. That's really the only unknown.
Yeah, because those things you don't want more than like a 1/4 inch.
Yeah, so I backed it off intentionally, as much as I could. But that drill's getting some wear and tear on it. That's a county drill,
Then you get a new one here soon.
Well, people just beat it up, because it's not theirs.
Sure. Yeah, it's cheap to use. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, that's kind of the big thing that we've been watching here. I mean, we just got back. We talked about it the last one. We've been back from Illinois. Our food looks great out there. Illinois. We've got better chance of rain out there than we do here, which is good.
Like 60% Saturday night.
Caden's going out to mow the brassica plots that we nuked.
Yeah.
Just to knock everything down and try to keep some soil moisture in there. That's the name of the game right now. Is like, I've had a lot of people say, well, it's real weedy and I don't know if I just want to spray it. I'm like, listen, man, I don't want any exposed soil with the forecast we have coming up because any moisture you have is gone.
Definitely not turning soil.
Yeah,
either.
zapped.
Yeah, I mean, what would be ideal? I mean, dude, our weeds were thick, even with a drill. Well, granted, even if it just drops them on top. So yeah, drill's fine. If you have one, you probably want to.
I'm just not. I mean, it's not. Anything.
Ideally, it's been nuked. I mean, ideally, you can manage the weeds ahead of time, so you shouldn't be in that situation to begin with.
But most of us aren't. We did spray it at one point, but I mean, most of us are dealing with weeds at the time or right before planting. I mean, it used to be like I'd spray it 2 weeks before. And then I'd come in and work it, and then I'd plant it, right?
Yeah, that was the model.
Now, I mean, I'm pretty good with the whole broadcast in and then nuke it, especially with small seed like clover, brassica. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you have a drill, do it. But if you don't have a drill, I would not turn the soil. I would just broadcast and nuke it, and it'll go in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's an interesting. As far as the brassicas, I guess I'm still torn between drilling and broadcasting. Mm-hmm. I think it would come down to, like in my case, I think the drill is probably better. Where I had nuked everything before, it was basically there was nothing there. I really had there was no like organic matter sitting on top of the material. The problem though is just drilling takes forever. It's slow, and you got to back up. You got to do this. It's like it took me 3 hours to drill stuff. It would have taken me probably an hour to broadcast.
Well, we also talked about like with the brassicas, like, those brassicas want space to flourish. Mm-hmm. You have that in the width of the rows, but you don't have that within the row, right? Because it's just dropping seed in the same path.
Well, so I backed it off I did about 5 to 6 pounds per acre,
which
instead
would
of the
have
recommended 8.
Less seed than in the row.
So there's a cost factor to that. I mean, like in Illinois, on the alternative, if you're just going to broadcast into standing weeds or whatever, we did 10 pounds an acre.
Yep.
So you got 4 pounds an acre of cost to account for. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that is exactly, but
Yeah, it adds up.
It adds
Goes
up.
further with the drill for sure.
Yeah. Well, I think where I would definitely err on the side of broadcasting at this point is if you have substantial, like we did in Illinois, like where you have big weeds, and you're going to be able to treat them with chemical and mow them, then yeah, why not? You know what I mean? That's as good as drilling them, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. Yep, I think so. So yeah, I mean I think a lot of people. Well, I saw Missouri was just getting hammered with rain, but I think a lot of the country east of Missouri is probably about to hit a dry streak here for a while. So soil conservation, water conservation is the name of the game. So laying all that dead vegetation down is going to keep a lot of that moisture captured in the soil. And so, especially as we are going to get some warmer days coming up, we're breaking out of this cold front. It's gonna be humid, and that's gonna build some moisture. I've seen a lot of people actually have germination just purely from humidity over and over again. Yep. So just trying to keep as much soil moisture as possible in there, and then when you catch the timely rain from a summer, storm or something, then you're in the gold. But I would highly encourage people not to be turning soil for your fall plots with the forecast that we're seeing.
Help it, yeah. That dew's a big deal, man. You can really see it, especially like just where shade.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so you'll have, I'm trying to think, I mean, if it's clover or or both, where you have shaded versus full sun.
Yep.
In a dry period, obviously you want full sun and lots of moisture. But if you don't have the rainfall, all you're getting is dew. Generally, you'll see like around the edges of your plots where it's in shade for longer in the morning and that dew sets longer. You'll have better growth.
Yep. It stays cooler. Yeah.
That's a strong argument for the organic matter, laying weeds down. Some guys use the
buffalo method.
The buffalo, whatever it is, they'll lay the rye down on top of it. That works really well for that.
Yeah,
that's why in yards
or buckwheat.
Yeah, exactly. Or I've thrown straw.
Just to keep that moisture in. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it at this point with this dry forecast coming up. And, we all have to, at the end of the day, we all need rain. Like, dew's only going to get you so far, essentially. It does seem like at least looking at what I had, beans have really taken off in the last 2 weeks. They got some moisture, and then really it's just gone to, we've had these like low humidity, but 70, 80 degree days. And like those beans have just like, they've engulfed multiple cameras of mine at this point.
Yeah.
And
wait till you see my beans in Ohio.
Just blowing up. Yeah.
I haven't even seen them in a couple of weeks, but they look dense.
My Kentucky beans look good. I was surprised. I sent you a picture. I actually have beans in Ohio, which is surprising.
I saw your video.
Because the last time I saw them,
I watch your Instagram stories.
Yeah, they had been flooded, and then like they were real weedy, like super weedy. So I nuked them, and I did 3/18/18 on them, and I was surprised. They're probably 18 inches. Like they're nowhere close to like what I've got in Kentucky or you've got in Ohio, but they've got plenty of leaves on them. They're flowering, so they've got pods probably on the way. And so that whole 3 acres, I just brassica'd over the whole thing.
Yeah.
A lot of dirt, obviously, bare ground. So, even if those stay green, like if they don't pot out too much, but if they stay green into early October, that'll be a magnet for the first week of the season for sure.
Yeah.
And then brassicas to fill them in for the late season.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll look good. Our clover is not going to be like in this next 2 weeks though.
Yeah. Clover's resilient though.
Oh yeah. It's just not, it's going to look like shit.
Yeah.
And then it'll pop back out when we finally get some cool weather.
Just put some more seed down.
That's all I did.
Keep it rolling. Actually, today or tomorrow, I might pick some more up.
Yeah.
Just keep dousing it.
Yep. I hit it. I hit some with, I guess I didn't hit all of them. I hit most of them with that. I bought the perennial plot power, or no, the Big Boost 365. The one that's got brassica in it too. So I think a couple of those plots, especially closer to bow stands and stuff, I hit with that just so that I have some brassicas in closer to the bow stand versus the big plot being just all clover and stuff.
I do think I definitely need to spray some clover. I don't know if I want to like hustle and do that tomorrow or because like
for grasses or broadleaves.
I mean both.
Yeah. I sprayed
It's
mine.
like I mowed them. I mowed them a couple weeks ago, and then I'd say maybe a month ago.
Yeah.
And they just like came back with a vengeance. It's like there's lots of clover in them, but clover doesn't like that competition. You know what I mean? If it gets too tall, it will shade them out, and it won't. I don't know if it will come back.
I sprayed my Kentucky plots this past weekend, so all my alfalfa and clover plots with clef and buterac, and I plan on then maybe 2 weekends from now mowing everything. So mainly just the broadleafs were okay, but the grass is what I really wanted to nuke. Same with Ohio. Like my grasses were okay, but
you hit it with clef and buterac, and you're gonna still mow it.
Yeah, some of those broadleafs are freaking resilient.
Oh,
They're just the big. I've got broadleafs in some of those plots that are 5 feet tall. Like they just need mowed.
Okay.
Yeah. Lack of a mower in Ohio also is I got to figure that situation out because I had
what do you have down there?
nothing.
No equipment.
Mm-mm.
And you're planting just by hand for the most part. How do you spray? You take your machine down there.
Yep, take the machine with me. That's easy.
Why don't you get a pull behind for your Ranger?
It's like $4,000 or $5,000. It's crazy considering like a normal brush hog's like $1,800 for a tractor.
Really?
Yeah.
That cheap?
Oh yeah.
$1,800
for a 6-footer?
No way.
Yeah, dude.
Oh dang, I gotta get one.
Well, when you were talking about it with you and Dad the other day of like, oh, I don't want this bat. I was like, yeah, dude, they're cheap.
Wow, I didn't realize they were that cheap.
Yeah, just need. I mean, you could probably go up to like $3,000 for some of them, but like
for like a Woods. I mean, I don't want a good one.
Woods is probably $2,500, I would assume.
Yeah, that's not as bad as I thought.
No, that's what I'm saying. That pull behind, which maybe I need, but it's like, damn it, $4,000 or $5,000 for that stupid thing. That's crazy.
That Woods on our Illinois tractor is impressive.
Yeah, it's an awesome.
What a
one.
game changer.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We were saying that. I'm like, dude, how would you do any? Not to, you know what I mean? Because we were there. We didn't have tractors.
I don't have a tractor in Ohio.
But now that you have one, or now that we have one, at least in Illinois, we're like, how would we do any of this without this thing? Like that is the piece of equipment.
It's a big factor in like just keeping trails clean and keeping plots, all these perennial plots mowed, even having it in Illinois, like there's only so much time. Like that's why we're having Caden go over and mow brassica plots now because we sprayed them, but you can't mow them right away. You need that chemical to set in.
I think it's almost a bigger deal, like in the Midwest. Like if you said, hey, if you could only have one brush hog on the road, you have it. Probably Illinois, just because everything grows so fast. It's like
I think it's the layout too. Like I moved my tractor and brush hog down to Kentucky because it's a farm. Like I've got trails, I've got big fields that are alfalfa and clover to mow. I don't have that in Ohio. Like I have logging roads and a few clover plots. So it's just it was a process of elimination of where do I need it more. And I could load it all up and I could bring it through to Ohio, but then it's like if I'm doing that, I'm usually coming from Kentucky back home. So it just doesn't work well.
But yeah, so what would be the best solution for it? You basically just need to mow clover plots and maybe some logging roads type of thing.
Yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to bring it.
How do you mow
through.
your yard? Do you mow your yard?
Yeah, I have a guy.
A guy? Can he mow your clover plots?
I don't know. I don't know if he take the old, what you call it?
Your zero turn?
Zero turn up there.
No?
I don't know.
How are the roads?
Not great.
Like, can you get up there with a trailer? Truck and a trailer?
No.
No,
for sure not. Yeah, side by side or tractor, maybe.
That'd be the move, dude. You need to meet somebody down there who can mow them for you.
I've got a guy, Matt, who drilled my soybean plots.
There you go.
I'd probably send him over to do it.
Dude, those are...
He was going to dig my water holes too, which is another one where it's like, here you go. You're in a 4-week dry streak, and that water's critical.
And?
I don't have them dug yet, but I need to.
That's the best time to dig them, though.
Yeah.
When they're dry.
Yep. So I marked some pins that I think I'm going to send them up and be like, hey, dude, mow those, dig some plots, dig some water holes here, and call it good.
That'd be nice. Cool.
I think I need.
That's a big deal, man. Just to have somebody.
Yep.
Of it, like, there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's like, oh, can you do this work for me? It's like, well, I would do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm 9 hours away.
Yeah.
You know
No,
what I
I
mean?
mean, it's
And things are sensitive. It's like you can't spray and then mow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not going to come back 2 times in a week type of thing.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's definitely a work smarter, not harder type of thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll probably call Matt because he's going to go and dig those. He's got like a mini excavator. He's going to go in and dig those water holes with.
Cool.
And then I'll probably just say, hey, well, if you can, just come back and mow those clover plots.
That'd be great.
Because I sprayed them not too long ago for grasses, so they're good there.
Cool.
And I overseeded brassica, but that's not going to germinate anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
Cool.
Get them mowed and call it good. But, yeah, no, I feel pretty good.
I am relieved to be seeing some green. I haven't been back to the brassica plots since I planted them. Well, I guess maybe I did 2, 3,
Right after.
4 or 5 days later. I didn't see anything.
Yeah.
But so see a little bit of green pop in there. That makes me happy.
They're just not going to explode until we get the right weather.
Yeah.
You know, as long as they're there and germinated, you're good. You know, or just a seed sitting there and hasn't germinated, which you're fine as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll get a better look this weekend too. I'll run out and whether I decide to spray that clover and check on them and stuff too. So
well, and talk about Epstein Island.
Yeah.
We should. I mean, I know everybody's talking about the Epstein Island, but this is a different one of ours. Right. So, we have this kind of little island of brush that's a 7-acre CRP field.
Yeah.
But it's connected to our larger 30-acre field. Mm-hmm. It's kind of all in the same area.
It's like a 30-acre bottom and a 7-acre.
It
is 37 total, right?
Yep.
Okay. 30-acre bottom and a 7.5-acre hillside. It's a south-facing hillside.
Yep. And
in the middle, it's got, I think there's 2 actually, but one is a bigger predominant like island of brush, like you said.
Yep. Called Epstein Island now.
There's trees in there, right? Like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly like.
We'd call it mature brush.
Yeah, like some
autumn olive.
No, there is some autumn olive. There's some locust in there and stuff. So, but yeah, it's just a brushy island, and now we're building all this switch around it, which is really isolating and insulating it. And so the last time we were down, well, I guess back up. Last year, that's where you saw our big 11-point push a doe into, or was on lockdown with a doe. Yeah,
I think the two occasions that I saw deer in it was once I hunted that tree way out by the road.
Yep.
And I'd see all these all these deer anyways transitioning back in across the road and from the ag fields and stuff. And that 3-year-old 8-point that we've since picked up here again, he came from the northwest, that corner.
Yeah, coming across.
Yep, and came down right to it. Probably hit that scrape right there. I probably grunted at him.
Yeah,
and then he went down to the point type of thing. And I was like, okay, noted. And then, not that trip. The later November trip. Yeah, I was hunting the river stand, and I could see across there, and just by happenstance, a small buck got close enough to that island, and the big 11 got up. And I saw him for just a split second, and then they bedded back down.
Yep. And at that point, that was basically foxtail around it.
It was all foxtail, yeah.
So when we were out there a week or so ago, I guess I just finished spraying the clover north. So I don't know, 150 yards at the most. We have a big clover plot that we get a lot of deer in, and camera on a scrape. And so I sprayed that, and I had a little bit left in the tank to do quincloric and crop oil. So I was like, I'm going to just use the rest of this and spray whatever I can around those islands, just trying to free up that switch around there and make it better. And so as I drove down there, I looked, and it was really weird because the best way I think I described it to you is like if you've ever been in a field that's got like a Midwestern field that's got cattle in it, and you see these like dirt like indentations and because there's some shade and stuff. Yeah, you just know that the cows are just laying there and just like wearing that down. It looked like that under these locust trees. And I'm like, man, that's got to be just a giant community scrape. And it wasn't like a circle. It was like a half moon basically there because it's just the whole way around. So I kind of just sprayed around there, and I was like, man, we should put a camera on that. Just why not? So put a camera on there, just weed whacked down a bunch of the brush that was there and just got a good view. And holy shit, dude. Like,
it's been nuts.
It's like monitoring a whole different property. The amount of deer that we've had come through that spot just consistently and are what we would consider one of our better cameras on the farm the past couple years, seeing none of these deer.
Yeah.
Like they're moving north and south across, and they're crushing that scrape every day.
It's nuts. As you're saying that about the cattle, it honestly makes me wonder. So, like, we picked up a new buck last night that we don't know. We thought initially it might be one that a neighbor had sent us, but I don't. The brow tines don't match up. He looks similar other than that, but he's a 50s buck. He's 4 or older. We don't really know. And we need to look and see how much time he spent there. But in hindsight, it's making me think that he bedded there.
You think he bedded in that island?
I think he came. I think he was in the beans eating, and then I think he came in and just bedded there for the night. Like he was just kind of looking over that area. Just spent a lot of time. He'd come up every hour, a couple hours, and hit that scrape again, and he just
maybe.
Yeah,
that's very possible.
Because he was there on at least 3 different occasions and spent at least 5 minutes there every time.
And we had a really good looking 4-year-old there.
Which one's that? Oh yeah. What are we calling him? Oh, that's the one I called Epstein.
Yeah. He was that tall. We found a shed off of him.
Just because he was the first one. That doesn't have to stick.
I don't know where that shed was. But
yeah.
But yeah, he was good looking 4-year-old, a pile of 3-year-olds, couple good 2-year-olds.
I do think that one we saw, I think he's older than
which one? The one last night?
Yeah, the one last night.
That half rack's been in there as well.
Well, that thing. Man, if he had both sides, he'd be a stud.
Yeah. But like most of these deer, and I think I mentioned that half rack because I do think after that I saw him on north. But all of these other deer, we're getting 2, 3, 4 times the pictures in either nothing or one at north. So I say that because as you guys are starting to look at your camera placements and how you're putting things out, and obviously for us in Illinois, it's either food or scrapes. There's no mineral, there's no feed.
Or transition, I mean, if we have there's an area where we've mowed trails through CRP, stuff like that.
So having those points.
Edges of cornfields.
These are the spots where we're 150 yards from where our camera has been very productive in the past. Like I said, one of our better cameras, and this camera is just kicking its ass from an inventory standpoint and an observation. Makes me wonder what we've missed in the last couple of years on that scrape potentially.
Yeah, it does.
So when some of these deer were like, man, the 11 from last year or, Crazy Horse, we just didn't see him. They could have been crushing that thing and just bypassing everything. And you're 150 yards away. That's where cameras are great. But when you're saying man, I'm just not seeing him, he could be 150 yards behind there just crushing a scrape every day. And you just aren't, you're not on it.
Doesn't it make you think that obviously, deer like timber, so it's not like they're afraid of trees, but do you ever think they're they know that hunters are almost always only in trees, certain trees, and so they're they just feel safe out in that. They're there's nowhere for them to be.
It's a weird thing because we talk about security, cover.
Safety in the wide open type of thing.
Yeah, it's exactly because they're just I can smell everything that is blowing into my face, and I can see and hear anything around me.
Especially those mature bucks. It's the does and smaller. They're all coming through those other cameras and stuff. But these big ones. Yeah, there's something to that.
Especially I think when you get into the Midwest, maybe some of these deer that are, up here on the mountain, there is no open ground, right? They're used to being in the woods. Right. But these other ones definitely, they utilize the structure for sure. We were talking about it being like fish. It's there's this giant lake and here's this pile of structure and all of a sudden it's just man, look at all the fish that are just crushing on.
Well, what
thing.
I was saying about it was it's like a landmark. It's like coyotes, they it's line of sight stuff. There's something that sticks out, or I don't know how well they can see at night. If they see, hey, they're they can identify that visually as a landmark or not, or if they're just maybe they can smell that scrape just from downwind and they go to, but they're obviously going to it. It's a destination or it's it's an anchor point in a travel route there somewhere. It's really interesting what we're seeing there.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of a dot connection. Now, the interesting part will be we talked about this. So we got a picture of the kamikaze buck.
Yeah,
so
buddy.
This guy, we got one picture of him the other day on the scrape that I would expect him to be on.
Yeah.
We got that buck last night, but it's and we got a really big 4-year-old a couple weeks ago. but like we're not seeing them consistently. You
No.
know, even with the amount of cameras that we have coverage and the camera game's on point out there.
Mhm.
It's like one series of pictures, and then like we may not see them for 2 more weeks. And so this morning we were kind of talking about it. Like you really felt like cool mornings, not much humidity. Days are only getting up into the low 80s, if anything. Like I would assume that some of these deer are probably feeling a little bit more comfortable to extend their range and move around. They don't feel like they're panting and sweaty, you know, like how we would be. If we walk out and it's 75 degrees in the morning and 100% humidity, it's like, man, I don't want to go walk around and do this stuff. But if it's 60 and low humidity, you know, these deer aren't sweating, right? They've got to pant. They've got to work, you know, cool themselves off some way. So I think really you're starting to see, you know, some of these ventures kind of happen tied to that little bit better weather from a summer standpoint. And then maybe we don't see them for a week or two because they're just, you know, weather goes back to hot and they're just locked back down in these ditches and these drainages. But it was cool to see him. It was cool to see that buck last night. Like all of a sudden it went from, I don't know, probably go back to farm companions and we're like, hey, our soybeans look great because there's no deer on the property.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We probably have seen 10 or 12 different bucks in the last week.
Yeah.
Just like
starting to turn up. I don't know. You know, we're just speculating, and weather probably has some factor, you know, just like it would any other time of the year. But I also would imagine that this time of year, their testosterone is starting to dictate some things. Like it's just, you know, hey, they know you know, it's time to start checking things out. Like that buck last night was raking that scrape. It wasn't like, oh, let me feel
so was he.
Let me tickle it with my lips type of thing. He was like raking his velvety antlers up through the brush.
Yeah, it's starting. All those antlers are really starting to calcify at this point. That testosterone's coming. Like I said, I've got a couple bucks that I wouldn't be surprised if in the next 7 to 10 days start shedding out.
Yeah,
you know, just that you could see how tight they are, you know, on stuff. So. Yeah, I mean, we're at that point where it's cool to start to see that movement and that start to come together. I mean, when you find a spot like that, it's like, man, the fence gap where we got this guy, that's like another spot on the other side of the creek that we might be able to inventory every deer that's on that side. Mm-hmm. And if you can start finding those spots, it may take, I mean, this is our 3rd year and like we've known that island's there.
Yeah, walked all around it.
Yeah, it's just like whatever. It was like, hey, that looks like a scrape, you know, and you could see it looks like it's like browsed, and you're just like, I don't know if those are licking branches or there's just browsing on it. Like,
well, it's tough to know. Yeah, you'll see that too, because there's definitely, you know, on those routes up by that other scrape, there's low hanging limbs that are picked clean because they're eating it.
Browse
they're
lines.
browsing it.
Mm-hmm.
But this one clearly, that's what's like. It's fun to be figuring that out. Is like it doesn't necessarily look that much different from some of these other things, but when you start to realize what it is, and like geographically, you know, oh, this is a point, and here's how it relates to these other things, you know, and we wouldn't probably have known until we threw a camera on it and found out actually how they were using it. But yeah, you got to be looking for those.
Yeah, and now that we've sprayed all of that switch around there, like it's thin, but it's starting to fill in and starting to insulate that.
It'll only get better.
Yeah, so I mean, the more and more that happens, the more that they're going to continue to feel like that's a great point of you know, just having an interaction around that type of thing. And the next story is, okay, well, where do they go from there? Mm-hmm. You know, we just put a stand at the point, which is, you know, 150 yards to the southeast. We have our north stand that's 150 yards to the northeast.
They're down, dude. If they come, if you can get a picture of them there, they're going to die at one of 3 spots.
Yeah.
It'll be north, the CRP point, or the Corn Cove.
Yeah.
They're coming through one of them.
Yep. And that's kind of the cool thing. But yeah, I that was probably so far this year. And I mean, obviously it's early in the summer, but that's been one of the spots where it's like, oh, there they all are.
I don't think we'll plan on hunting it either, right? Even somebody might be like, oh, they're obviously all coming here. We need to make a plan. I need to put a box blind right on that thing.
I don't want to disturb that spot.
I don't think you mess with it.
No. And I mean, we've got them cornered in enough other places that it's not necessary.
Exactly.
And if they're there, number one, you know, now knowing how the interactions of that spot are going to be, even with the switch and stuff, if we can see it from our stand, we're going to be glassing it because we're going to be looking for them to be coming from that spot because we know how hot they're going to be. But yeah, I mean, it sits in a perfect location to where like any west or northwest wind or southwest wind in some spots, like all of our spots are conducive to them basically being upwind from us.
Honestly, it's stockable too. Like not to kill them in that spot, but I think they'll bed there. I think they'll come in mid-morning. I think they'll push does in there. I think they'll just be there, and I think you'll get pictures of them in the morning. And
keep in mind when we talk about this island, guys, we're talking about 20 to 30 yards by 20 to 30 yards.
Oh yeah, like we could throw a football over it.
Yeah, and it's open. Like it's just cool season grasses and brushy and a couple little trees.
Just a pocket.
It's not like a 4-acre island of woods.
It's just I can't quite get a brush hog through it.
Yeah, it's like,
otherwise we would have mowed it.
It's less than 0.2 of an acre.
Yeah.
And so that's what's cool about this is I do think that some of these bucks are bedding around that. You could see some of the indentations where they're in, but especially in the season, like they're just coming to hit that and then they're moving on. And you're going to be set up in one of the spots that they're moving to.
Yeah. Well, and what I'm saying is I think they'll hang up in there too.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly. You know what I mean?
That's definitely, a big buck is for sure going to be hanging in there waiting for a doe to come in estrus or push her in there when, like last year when she is in estrus.
Oh, boy. Dude, we're going to kill one out of that CRP point too.
Mm-hmm. I do think a lot of those deer might be dropping to that because we didn't really monitor that last year.
Are. Yeah.
So because they got to be going somewhere. They're not just going.
They're going right to that point.
And we have multiple cameras this way and we got a camera this way. So it's like if we're not catching them on those, they have to be going through that point.
How epic would it be to shoot this deer right where I passed him last year?
Very possible. Although I think he's more likely to die on the other side.
Probably.
Just because of his nature.
I think you're probably right.
But yeah, man, it was cool. So I guess technically we've got our first shooter for sure on camera, which would be Kamikaze 8. And that one last night, questionable, 4 or 5 probably. And then, just a lot of other really good young deer, a lot of deer still to show up here. And but that seems really cool. So that's starting to get my mind cranking more on we've been primarily on minerals, I would say, back here from a monitoring standpoint, but we're not that far away from starting to move them on to scrapes and off of minerals. If we hit this dry streak here, the minerals will slow dramatically.
Yeah, for sure.
They're just not going to be losing as much salt and stuff.
They definitely have not been hitting Granted, I don't have as many cameras on scrapes, but the ones that I do have, it doesn't seem like they're hitting the scrapes. I mean, compared to minerals, it's like 90% of my pictures in Ohio are coming from minerals.
Yep.
Established multi-year mineral sites. They just produce.
Yep. Yeah, and those will slow, and scrapes will heat up here over the next 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So that'll be the transition that starts to get made.
Last thing we can end with this. It'll be interesting to see. We ended up pulling the trigger on some of these feeders.
We did. Yeah, we've had a couple people reach out, and they say, we know how you guys feel about baiting, but in a lot of cases, a lot of us are doing it, so we're interested in the strategy and stuff. And so, whether the fine line of baiting versus feeding, what the difference is. Well,
the fine line is
we're not hunting over these.
Bait your hunting.
Yep.
And
I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying our strategy.
It's going to sound like we're trying to justify or draw a line here too. We're not.
We'll have corn piles out for baiting, for killing them over.
And if we're going to call it bait, but to draw a distinction, I think in most states would say, hey, feeding is out of season, baiting is during the season. That's probably as good a line as you can draw. But if you have feed out during the season and you're hunting at 100 yards away, I would call that baiting, but but whatever. The goal with these, if it helps us to kill one, great. But I think the intention is to leave them alone as much as we can. I want to create an environment where they feel like they can go and get food anytime.
Yep.
And there's never human presence.
Yeah. Yeah, and so they're 2,000-pound capacities.
Yeah, big ones. We bought the Texas Wildlife Supply is what we bought, and we overpaid for shipping probably just to get them
the price
up
of
here.
the feeders was really good. It was $1,500
per
feeder for 2,000 pounds,
and they're solid welded.
Yeah,
steel.
Strong.
Yeah,
the shipping sucks, but so we each got 2, and the strategy to this point is put them in a core area where we're not gonna hunt, but we can easily access because we want to keep it full,
right?
And the hope is that you have to fill them up once every couple months. Who knows? We don't know yet. And then monitor it with cameras or whatever.
Definitely.
But just use it as, there for feeding, not for hunting type of scenario.
And the reason that we don't want to hunt them is like I said, not at all from like we're not baiting or
it's
ethical
not an
standpoint.
Thing.
It's purely from we want them to feel completely safe, and we're giving it to them. You know, I want them to say, hey, this core area, it's safe. I can smell everything here, and there's always food.
Yeah.
And we're going to kill those deer on the perimeter.
Yeah, and I think
but perimeter, other property stands.
I think Danker was the guy who said it well. Is like where he was setting them up as bedding. Feeder would be there as the transition out to where their destinations and stuff were, and then coming back through type of thing. And you catch them on the in betweens.
Yeah. Well, and he's not hunting the feeders either.
Nope.
They're baiting. He'll dump a little bit of corn like 100 yards away, 150 yards away.
Yep. But they're heading to the feeder and they stop along
the
way type of thing.
That's
so
right.
yeah, it's just transition. So,
but it does create a whole new thing because, like when it's the beauty of no corn piles is like there's just it's not a variable. It's not a component. You're like, well, are they at the feeder? Are they?
Yeah.
Are they gonna go to that? Is it day night? It's just not. It's not in my mind, and I enjoy that. That's what I really like about Illinois. It's just like, hey, bed, food, rut. You know, what I mean? It's like it's the feed. It creates it's a complication. So this year will be interesting to see how that works. If it actually holds deer there.
Yeah.
If the bucks will use it during the daylight, even.
Yeah, especially the mature deer.
I'm interested to see.
Yeah, just how is it being used, and is it going to hold deer? Are they still going to venture out to 100-pound corn piles at your 5-acre neighbor? We don't know. So, but
will it hold the does? Will the does never leave? And when they're in interest, does that keep the bucks there? Yeah, I don't know.
Don't know. So. So that'll be the plan. Is I would say in the next few weeks we'll have those positioned and loaded, and then it really will be just a monitoring game, and we can keep you guys informed. Where if you're able to feed or bait where you're at, then you'll kind of know what we're seeing from our results, whether it's worth it or not, because it is an investment, not just on the feeders, but to keep them full.
Yeah.
And so, just making sure that we have that. So that'll be an interesting thing that we start to lay out. And we've got very different properties. Like yours is more farm country. There is corn and beans and stuff. Like if I put 2,000 pounds of feed in the woods, like they could wipe that out pretty quickly. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, so we'll have that coming, and we've got the roadshow this weekend. So that'll be awesome. And then, man, we're winding her down here, narrowing in on you're leaving in 3 weeks to go to North Dakota.
Hunt Companion's coming pretty soon.
Yeah, so we will. We've got
a couple shooters in North Dakota too, I think.
Yeah,
no mega giants, but
shooters.
Probably at least 2 deer I would shoot.
There you go. Yeah,
just on cameras. There's lots of areas to scout
plenty,
still too.
Plenty of time still. See, I'm just trying to think if this is dropping this week. We've got 1, 2. I want to say we have 2 or 3 farm companions left before we're going to drop the first hunt companion the weekend that you're in Nodak. So it'll be the end of August.
Cool.
So we've got 2 or 3 of these guys left just to kind of keep our minds wrapped around. But you can see even this conversation with the scrapes and how we're playing and positioning deer, like the farm mindset is going from off-season preparation, what do we have, to now how are we going to kill these deer, how are we going to get on them, and how we're going to kill them. And so that's the transition we got in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and it is going to be awesome.
Yeah. Got some really good guests coming for you guys, too.
Yeah, podcast stuff.
So I guess this will come out before South Cox and Stalker Stick Bows. He's going to drop here this coming Tuesday.
Yep.
And a handful of others as we're ramping up to doubles in September. So I'm excited about some of those.
Got some bangers coming, but we appreciate everyone listening to Farm Companion. We'll catch you all next Sunday.
Farm Companion.
Take me